Hello, people, and welcome and thank you to tuning into our Bettery Hub channel's professional series. And yes, we've been away for quite some time, about a month plus. Not that we stopped our live chats, but we were taking a break to do it better for you guys. And of course, Bettery Hub's channels, professional series. It's a weekly dose, a transformative business ideas and solutions where we bring you business leaders, industry experts, and game changers who are making the difference and making an impact in their respective industry locally and globally. So stay tuned and engage with us and to learn how these leaders got to where they are today and discover their X factor. Now, I'm your host, Shakti, certified and qualified to bring you satisfaction and a whole lot of action with our guest speaker for the next 1 hour. Now, today, I'm really thrilled to have Rabia Jaafar. She's the founder and the CEO of Alfya Atelier. Today, Alfya Atelier is a social enterprise providing sewing services such as tailoring, alteration, embroidery, and sewing training, which aims to provide job opportunities for people from disadvantaged backgrounds. So it's an awesome initiative, a very innovative business. And when I first met Rabia quite some time ago during a specific training, I was impressed what the company was doing. So today we got her up as our guest to share. So for those of you guys out there, tune in and engage Rabia with all your questions because I think that's what the whole idea is all about when we talk about live chats, right? It's about you, it's a live chat and you can anytime engage our guests. So without any delays, let me bring on Rabia. Hello, Rabia.
Hi, Sakti. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. And thank you so much, for joining us.
Thank
today.
you for inviting me.
Oh no, and I love the setting that you have behind you. All the colorful threads, the sewing machine. I believe you are right now at your studio itself.
Yes, I'm right now in the studio. So if you can see, there's our colored threads at the back, and this is one of the industrial machines that we use for our tailoring, and alteration.
Nice. Oh, fantastic. Just looking at it makes me want to come there and do some sewing.
Come.
Yes, I will definitely. I will. So, Rabia, again, on the behalf of the viewers and Bettery Lab and Bettery Up channel, thank you so much. It was great. I know right now you are busy. Things are getting better after the circuit breaker and so on. So, you still set aside because of the fact that this live chat will actually be able to reach many other aspiring entrepreneurs and so on. So, thank you once again, Rabia. I'm excited.
Thank you for having me.
I'm really excited. So, Rabia, let's talk about a brief introduction of yourself. Your present role in Alfya Atelier.
Okay. I am the director and founder of Alfya Atelier. So what we do, I think Shakti already mentioned, we do have sewing services. We are also a social enterprise dealing with tailoring, alteration, embroidery, and what we do is we have a few social causes as well, initiatives that we were going to touch on later. I will save that for later. So this is currently what I do. I run the business with my mom and my aunt. So this is a family business. And if you look at our company name, it's called Alfya, right? So Alfya is actually my grandmother's name. So if you see at the back here, there's some family photos. She's back there. I mean, if I can zoom in later, I will. So she's my grandmother, so the namesake of the company. Should I go into how I got the brand name and all that?
Yes, of course.
So why I named the company after her is because she is the original, the OG tailor seamstress in our family. So in the 70s, she's already started the business in sewing. So back then there's no such thing as like Uniqlo, H&M, where you can go out and buy clothes so easily. So back then what they do is they will make their own clothes. So what my grandma did at that point of time was start this business. And when I was growing up and when my mom and my aunt were growing up, we also assisted her, helping her through her orders. So that's how we decided to continue her legacy from then until today. So in 2017 is when we officially registered the company as Alfya Atelier.
Right. And since we are talking about because in those days I do remember there were a lot of them who were doing home services like sewing. It
Yeah,
was quite common. But right now you realize that not many of these businesses actually went to the next generation. And
correct.
yours right now it's like a three or two to three generation has been passed on.
Mm.
So let's talk about your early days because I remember seeing your motto, right? Your early days and some of the learning lessons that made you what you are today, both your company and yourself.
Yeah, strangely enough, I did not enter any fashion related jobs after I when I was in school and after I finished school. Because naturally I thought I would do that, like because since my grandmother is a tailor and all, I might go into the arts stream. But I'm more of a science person. So yeah, so I studied science in school, and even after I graduated, I continued on all my previous jobs before I started Alfya Atelier. It's all science related. Like I was a process technician in Shell. I was working as a product specialist in a Japanese company, a scientific company, and I was also a science teacher. So it's all science and science. And then I thought to myself, at what point in time of my life that I want to try something else and something that I'm passionate about. So I decided to take the leap of faith with my mom and my aunt to do this. Because if not now, then when can I try something different? So rather than working for somebody else, we are working for ourselves. We are
And
our own bosses, because that was also my main goal after working for so long. For you work so hard for other people, for big corporations, and then they get the revenue and you just get a monthly salary. While
yeah,
that is stable, but you know you kind of like working hard for somebody else in that sense. So I want to work hard for myself and my family lah, and take matters into my own hands.
but
Yeah.
interesting, Rabia, interesting because you were working things related to science, and I think that's
Mm.
something you also enjoy. So were you already thinking that someday I want to start a business related to sewing because it was your passion? It was something that's already within you, or it just came out one day during 2016 17?
Yeah, in I think when I'm growing up, while I was growing up, because I was staying with my grandmother, right? She is quite the entrepreneur actually at that point of time. So not only that did she have her sewing business, she also teaches kids religious classes. She
Ah,
also she's also a home masseur. So she will go either to your house or people come to her house to for postnatal and prenatal massage. So
oh,
she specializes in that as well. So she has a few businesses, like she even had a lontong business, that kind of thing. Like, it's not like just sewing. So I think I got that kind of entrepreneurial spirit from her by watching her do all these businesses and um and succeeding lah. So I think initially I just started working because that was naturally in Singapore. It's just naturally how you progress in life,
yes.
I guess. When you graduate, then you're supposed to get a job and get married and stuff like that. So yeah, and I think that's also another point when I decided when I got married and I was expecting my first child. I did not have a lot of flexibility at work, meaning if I want to take, if I want to go for my medical or something, then it depends on whether anyone else is taking leave. So it's not very flexible for work-life balance. So that's also one of the other things that I decided to, start my own business lah. More flexibility. Mm.
Right, cool. And I mean, I feel that growing up in a family of entrepreneurs, especially your grandmother, what you tell me, she's like a
Mm.
serial entrepreneur, having so many.
Yeah.
And I guess it's natural, right? It's just a matter of time when you want to
Mm.
start this. So that makes real sense. And now, before we move on, we actually have a viewer. Hi, Shovan. Saying hi to you, Rabia. Uh,
Hi.
Hi, Shovan.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining in. And Shovan has always been our loyal viewer. Was always been in every show. Thank you, Shovan.
And
And
Sean is also our regular customer as well. And thank you so
ah,
much, Sean, for all your support. Seriously, I mean, it's been great. And he's also a very, very good customer, like very, very understanding as well.
Cool. Shovan, we just took about 30 seconds just to talk about you, Right. Thanks, Shovan. Stay tuned. We will be having, yes, and Shovan replied with a hi again. All right. Thanks, Shovan. So, Rabia, going back, right? What's amazing is not many of us who are entrepreneurs may have this opportunity where, for you, you have your whole, support of your whole family, a tremendous support, I would say, your mom, your auntie, and, the skill sets and everything came from your grandmother. So maybe you want to talk about, what kind of support and how they were there for you during this time when Alfya Atelier started.
Okay, if you want to talk about from the beginning, me,
Yes.
my mom, and my aunt, we don't have any business experience at all, like zero. We did not even, I mean, unfortunately, we just jumped in without doing a lot of research. So we did make some mistakes along the way, but I look at it as a positive, like we learn from it, definitely. So the support system that I have mainly is, firstly, actually my husband also, one of them, because without the support of your spouse, I think it's very difficult to proceed in this kind of your own boss. It's not like it's a steady income, especially we have young children. So that's one of the biggest support systems that I have. And then on my family side, like my mom and my aunt, because we are very close, so the support system is always there. Like whenever if one of us are feeling down, like we can pick each other up. The one of the funny things for me, I guess, is because I am the third generation, right? So I'm my mother's daughter and I'm the niece. So I'm like following the family rank, I'm the lowest. But in here, I'm
You are
actually running the show. So I'm so glad that they are, very supportive, and they know that in the work setting that I'm sort of in charge. Like the ideas are from me, or the workflow is from me. So they are not like, well, because you're younger, then I don't want to listen to you. But it's not like that. Or like, so they're super supportive, and they are super like what I also admire about them is they never stop learning, because whatever programs that I found out, or what they found out, then we will go for the trainings together, as you know, for the last time we met with you at the training session. So we go together as a group, and we don't leave anyone behind in this. So we all support each other. Yeah.
And my personal experience, to all the viewers, let me just tell you, when I met, Alfya Atelier team, Rabia, auntie, and mom, to be frank, I felt that they were like, Powerpuff Girls, together, always. I think Rabia used to be the most serious one, but the auntie and the mom, they were like, jovial, and I felt it's a different level of energy within this group, right? And yes, Rabia, I do agree it's a blessing, right? Especially within a family, even though the youngest, but when it comes to professional running the company, I think they gave you the full autonomy to make the decisions and so on. That's a
Yeah,
great.
and they always say like, they always say be wary if you start business with your family. Sometimes you can have a falling out, or there can be misunderstanding at work where you take it personally rather than professionally. But I mean, I'm very blessed. Like we are not like that. Or sometimes I get frustrated. That sometimes when you're frustrated, you just want to get things done, and then you just blurt out things. Then my aunt would be like, like probably I did hurt her feelings lah, but because we are family and we know that we got each other's back like anytime. So I mean, I will ask for her forgiveness later, and then we both have that common understanding. So it's actually the best. Like there's no work politics, there's nothing of that sort here. It's like we know each other in and out. So really, this is like the best work environment ever.
And definitely it's a blessing, especially when you have family members coming together, like what you say is true. There are cases where it's quite difficult to work because of age, and sometimes people tend to take it personal rather than just professionally.
Yeah.
And in this case, yes, that's what I've noticed. When you guys are working, and I can see that you all are very clear to segregate what is work and professionalism and what is personal. And I think that's awesome, and I've seen that many a times. And now, before we talk about Alfya Atelier, we have Iskandar. Hey, hi Iskandar.
Hi, Iskandar.
Yeah, he's here. I say hi to you.
Hello.
And Iskandar insisted that we have you for this live chat, after talking to you, and say that we must have Rabia in the team to be here.
Yeah, Iskandar has been so supportive, and we are so thankful to have him, like, be in a mental like position for us, because it's really, sometimes, and actually it's all of the time. Whenever I have the chance to talk to him, like, ideas will be like all over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I always call him the idea man. He's the floating idea man. He always has ideas, and then he's like, okay, why don't you do this and that? Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
so he's the man. I mean, he's always
He's
there.
the man.
Okay, let's move on to let's talk about Alfya Atelier. So
Mm.
what inspired you? You talked about your grandmother, but I just want to go into the crux of at the point of time
Right.
at 2017. Okay, you have the skill sets, right? I mean, sewing is a
Mm.
life skill, and you know that you have people who can support you. But what really triggered you and inspired you and say, yes, I want to do this?
Firstly, I feel very passionate about sewing only because, again, I've been growing up, with this in my life, and I feel like this is a very viable business option for anybody to do at home. Because if you were to compare, let's say, for example, baking, you have wet ingredients, dry ingredients that will spoil or will expire, and you have
Mm,
to keep on, the business going. If not, you waste and you have to throw away. But for sewing, it's different. Like threads, there's no expiry date. Cloth, no expiry date. Even the machine also, I mean, yeah, you have to service it, but it's not like something where it will cost a lot to start. That the
mm,
cost of startup is very low. So I feel like, and also it's a life skill, because nowadays, if you were to realize, if you were to buy something online or buy, clothes, most of the time it won't fit as well as you
mm,
would like, especially if you buy online. So if you have sewing skills at home, you can save a lot of money alter altering your clothes. It's really a, like, sometimes people will charge, or maybe we will charge, let's say alteration for pants. To just shorten it, it's like, starting from $10. So
mm.
that is, if you have 10 pants, it's $100.
Yeah.
If you have 20 pants, you can actually buy a sewing machine just for just the alteration fee, if you know what I mean. And it's not really that difficult to learn. So I feel like this is a very, very valuable skill, not only for your own family to save money, if let's say you don't want to start a business, but if you want to start a business, it's also a good thing. Yeah.
Mm,
So this is why we wanted to share the passion that we have for that. And like nowadays, the in trend is also to upcycle stuff. So
mm.
upcycling your clothes, upcycling, let's say your clothes don't fit anymore, you can turn it into a bag, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it saves, that is a very environmentally friendly course that you can do on for yourself, and for your family and friends as well. So this is why I wanted to share the love of sewing with everyone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
since you talked about upcycling, I do
Mm.
remember. I do remember when my mom, she used to sew as well. Of course, she never thought of doing anything, but usually when those clothes are tied, I mean, she ever did bags with old pants and everything, and then we used
Right.
to use that, and I realized that it was like they were just amazing, with that life skill of sewing, they were
Yeah.
able to create so many things. They were like, wow, you just did something. So yeah, and it's a life skill. And now you talked about your roots, right? Started from your grandmother, your mom, your auntie, yourself. But I'm just interested to know, what does Alfya Atelier mean? Alfya, we know is your grandmother name, but
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
company name.
Yeah. So the actual pronunciation, because atelier is actually atelier.
Atelier, yeah.
It's a French word meaning workshop, so, or workspace, or studio space. So because of my grandmother's name starts with A, right? So we wanted to find something that is starting from A as well, to make the
Okay.
company, the name flow sounds nice. So I was looking around that, I saw this atelier. You can pronounce it atelier also, like, it doesn't matter lah. But I mean, if it's correctly pronounced as atelier. So I feel like the workspace is not just for sewing, it can be for anything, craft workshops as well. Yeah, so that's what we also do here. Not only we have sewing classes, we also have craft workshops, maybe candle making, soap making.
Wow.
Yeah, so not really just 100% sewing. Yeah.
Yeah, apologies. Again, I was asking Rabia, how do I pronounce Atelier, and she told me Atelier, and I went
It's
back to
okay.
Atelier.
Actually, it's fine too. It's fine. It's fine.
But it's definitely a catchy name. Something that makes people wonder, what does that mean? So
Yeah.
it's awesome. And
Mm,
and it's a workshop, right? Atelier is a
yeah.
workshop, which means you just don't do, or you don't just have sewing services, but like what you say, you have programs, you have
Mm,
workshops. Well, maybe you want to tell us more about those programs to our listeners.
mm.
What are the programs you have, and how they can actually sign up for these programs?
Mm. Okay, for the space here, actually, we do more on either two ways. For a space rental, meaning outside vendors can rent our space and hold their workshops here because it's a quite convenient location and the space is actually quite enough for maybe 10, 20 people.
Mm-hmm.
So they can do that. Or we can usually what we do is we will engage other vendors. That means we call them and then we ask them, hey, would you like to hold a class here? And then we will be handling the sign-ups and all that for them. So they just come here to teach. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll be doing the marketing and all that lah. So there's two ways to go about for that part over here. And not only we do space rental for workshops, we also do space rental for we have an upcoming wedding actually
Wow.
at the end of next month if I'm not wrong. Because the space here is much more open and wide, so we can have a set up for a background and because now the weddings are all very small and they need
Mm.
safe entry and you need like a proper like timing and all that. So we have all of the stuff here ready for them. So they just need to rent the space.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Hmm.
That's unique. And when you talk about workshops, okay, this is something new. Even I myself, wow, a place for wedding,
Mm.
space rental for events. So, do you actually conduct workshops? If let's say for myself, we were talking about it
Mm.
again, that I got my own team of guys in the financial industry. We want to
Right.
do a team building, to come there have
Yes.
fun. And so, do have such programs for companies to bring their staff?
Yes. Yes, we do have such programs and we already hosted maybe about a few, maybe 5 or 6 companies to have their team building here. So what we do is we will show them, hey, do you want to learn how to make, let's say, a project, maybe a tissue holder, for example. So
Hmm.
you can, they just tell us, okay, they have like 30 staff or something. So we prepare all the materials and we teach the class for the staff. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
So,
Mm.
if let's say I would like to actually look into one of the workshops and everything, would it be? I mean, the easiest way is to actually go to the website.
And you can go to the website and www.alfyaatelier.com. You can go there. You can see a list of all the classes that we have. But if you don't see anything that maybe more suited to you, maybe for example, like a group of guys, they probably do not want to learn how to make a tissue holder. They maybe want to make a manly keychain, for example.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, or yeah, whatever that that can be sewn lah. So we can customize the class to what they want also. So just contact us over there. There's a contact details page. So you can contact me. You can also click on the one of the QR codes at the contact us page where you can message me on my WhatsApp directly. So you don't have to, add and all that. Just straight away just message me. Yeah, and then we'll take care of it from there. Hmm.
And to all business owners, let me be very clear. I went to their workshop, of course, the previous one. In fact, before we started this live chat, I was telling Rabia, the colorful threads and everything. I saw that live. I saw their workshop. I was brought to a tour around the whole place, and in fact, we were thinking of doing our own workshops. In fact, we were just talking about it before the live chat that I'm going to bring my guys to get them to sew. And yes, it's true, guys who like to show something more macho that I can show people that
Yes.
myself. So,
Anything you want to so more mature, just let me know. We'll work it out.
yeah, it's a good opportunity for those of you who are looking for opportunity to do team building workshops. Check it out. Check it out. It's really interesting. We will talk about again how you can contact Rabia and the team again. But do check it out. And Rabia, talking about about Alfya Atelier, I also know that you are a social enterprise, right? And
Yes.
maybe you want to talk about so what is a social enterprise?
A social enterprise in Singapore is actually a company that is still business money making, money generating or revenue generating company, but at the same time they do it with a social cause, meaning they will benefit certain group of people or beneficiaries of their choice. So
Mm,
for us, what we do is we plan or we would love to provide job opportunities for people from disadvantaged backgrounds. People like single mothers or even anybody actually working from. Because I don't really like to generalize on gender, because if you were to look out there in the market, I can say a good number of tailors out there are men. So it's not like sewing is a girl thing. It's not at all. So I would say that we want to benefit individuals who are from disadvantaged backgrounds, and they have maybe nowadays it's very common to work from home, right, because of COVID. But
yeah.
before this, it's not very common. Like people were like, working from home is like, what, are you slacking or something like that. But now it's very, very common and people understand this concept truly. So, there's people at home who are from disadvantaged situations where they are unable to go out to work. They cannot leave the house because they have dependents, they have elderly parents, they have young kids. So they have difficulty in going out finding work, or even going to work, finding other caregivers to take care of their kids and their parents. So what I want is to run a program for that. Actually, it's already been run. It's already running. It's
Mm,
a program where we will teach you how to sew, and then you will do it from your own home. So for example, I will teach, because we have a few different modules. So let's say, for example, you take the alteration module, clothes alteration. So we will teach them how to alter, for example, a pair of jeans, and other alteration techniques. So with this, and they will also be graded and they will be assessed. So they will be ready to take in orders from people. So what I'll do is I'll connect the customers to them. They don't have to talk to the customer. They don't have to find customers or liaise with them. I mean, they have to liaise based on the order itself, but not like contacting and all that. I'll be the one doing that. So they will just be at home, and then they will complete the orders, and then I will send it back to the customer. Yeah. So that is
so,
what one of the initiatives that we have running here at Alfya Atelier. Yeah.
so interestingly, which means you have those people who comes to you, you train them, and then you help them to set up their own equipment and everything, and then the marketing in terms of getting customers, acquiring customers will still be part of Alfya Atelier, and
Yes.
then they just got to focus on making sure that
Mm,
customers are happy with the sewing or with the.
yes.
Wow, okay, that's interesting.
So
And,
they
and for
just focus on the work. Mm.
and for this group of people, how many of such tailors do you have with Alpha Atelier at this point of time?
Currently, we don't have many because sewing is very niche.
Mm.
Not everyone is into sewing, and sometimes people come in with a preconceived notion that it's easy because you
Mhm.
just straight lines, but it's not that. All that there's a lot of prep work, and then there's a lot of calculations. You have to calculate how much to minus off and all that. So it's not like as if you close eyes and then you just sew. It's not like that at all. But it's not too extremely difficult.
Mm.
It's yeah. I mean, it's not that super difficult lah, but actually, but it's good enough to do it from your own home. Yeah. Mm.
As good as saying that it's simple but not very easy. So
No way. Yes.
in a way. Right. Okay. And so if there's any of our viewers here, I was thinking, hey, I don't mind doing this. How do they contact you through the website as well?
Yes, they can contact us through the website, and if they know of anyone, because I think the difficulty for us is we have all the programs ready. And oh yeah, just now your question was how many people, right? We don't have that many yet,
Mm.
maybe like 5 people, but we wish to have more because the outreach is a bit, I outreach to a lot of social organizations as well, but I don't know, maybe the concept is very new, like people don't
Mm.
really get it yet.
Yeah.
So if you know of anybody who can sew or wants to do this from home, please contact me. Yeah, because it's really something that we want to benefit to others. Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's not
definitely.
just alteration. Like
I
it's
mean,
not
I
just
mean,
alteration.
are they required to actually pay a specific amount of money for the workshops to be trained before they start, or?
Yeah, so if you belong to a social organization, or if you're under them, like for example, a family service center, or a proper social organization, then there will be no charge. But if let's say you don't belong to that, and you can have supporting documents to show that you are in need of this, then we will not charge. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
but yeah,
yeah,
we would. I mean, if let's say you are a stay-at-home mother where you have some free time on your hands and just want to do extra work, I mean, why not? Just you can be part of this as well. It's not just for lower income or disadvantaged families. It's for everyone who wants to do this from home. And during the circuit breaker, I mean, let me just quickly add this in lah. We had a lot of orders with masks, fabric
mm,
masks, because at that point of time, if you recall, China stopped their not production but shipping over stuff
yeah,
to
speaking of it,
Singapore for a period of time, and then there was shortage of the masks to, like, we want to give them to the healthcare workers, and we don't want to hoard it all to ourselves. So
right.
what we did was we sew fabric masks, and at that point of time it was still very difficult. Like, people don't really know, like there was a debate, is it good or not good, is it, blah blah
Yeah,
blah. But there was a lot of orders coming in, and that actually helped us to tide over that circuit breaker period.
mm,
And we found out that we can actually work everything from home. Usually we all come here to sew, but we at one point of time we just individually took our sewing machines home, and then we made the mask from home. So we have our beneficiary group who made the mask for us also. So
okay.
we had like 10 of us working to sew and produce all these masks for everyone. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's cool. I mean, you were spot on in terms of answering that question, because I was about to ask you, what about stay home mom, those who are home, and yeah. So it's cool. So any of you out there who are looking to learn new skill sets and at the same time, make money out of it, earn some
Mm.
income out of it and make a difference to people. I think you just contact Rabia. Right? It's never wrong to know more information, right? So I think
Mm.
you're looking for a chance and opportunity, why not, or if you're just bored at home and you want to do something, learn
Yeah.
new skill set. I always believe that's the key thing, right? You still
Right.
go away with a new skill set that will be there with you for life. That's why they call it life skills,
Mm.
right? Right.
Yeah. And we do have a lot of people also coming in for classes, like for example, they are grandmothers, and then they just want to make something nice for their grandkids. So we have a girls dress class. So they come, and then they will make, and then they will send us pictures of their grandkids wearing it. Like, it's really beautiful, lah, to have this kind of students coming in. So we want to have more of that, lah, more of that experience.
I got two daughters, so I think I should come for one of those classes.
Yes, you should.
Yeah. So, all right. We actually have Yati, oh, I
Yeah,
think your auntie,
Yati,
right?
Yati is my aunt. So thank you, Chia. Love you.
This is where I say, your whole family's tremendous support is out there. A lot of
Yeah,
fans
she's
out there.
she's very supportive. Like, whenever we post anything on Facebook, then she'll share with her friends, and we whenever, like, we have any promotions, and she'll just share around. So it's really, word of mouth marketing really helps a lot also. So really thank my family, everyone, for their support lah. Yeah.
And Rabia, what are the challenges you face? Having a social enterprise. As much as you are helping people and you're doing so many things, but I'm sure there are a lot of challenges that you face. Any specific challenge that you want to share and how you manage to adapt and work on that?
I would say that it's it's mainly the individual. Sometimes we have a lot of we have all the items or the classes in place. It's just that some people come in with the wrong mindset. They think it's easy, or they think it's like, simple, and but actually it's not. So I think one of the bigger challenges is to find the right person. That is, I think, across the board a challenge everywhere lah. But because I say sewing is niche, it's not very easy. but simple,
Simple,
easy,
simple but not easy.
but not very difficult. Yeah, so finding the right person will probably be one of our biggest challenges lah. But other than that, we are doing pretty okay in terms of when we get to know our beneficiary and they understand where we come from and our point of view and how we can work together to achieve to help them also. They are very well, they enjoy it lah. They actually come here and then they learn. We also give them training, other kinds of training, such as maybe if you want to learn social media, for example. Because my mom and my aunt, they went for all the social media marketing classes, and then they went to learn about Shopify. They learn how to sell on Facebook carousel. So they are equipped with all this knowledge that we can share to our beneficiaries as well. Because over here, we don't believe in hoarding knowledge. So whatever knowledge we have, we share it with everyone in the company. So and also to our beneficiaries as well. So we don't what's the word? We're not stingy lah. We're not stingy with knowledge. Yeah. So it's if I want to talk about any big challenge, there's really not really a super big challenge. It's just finding the right individual. Yeah.
But I think that is definitely an important aspect, right? Getting the right people to first thing believe, because social enterprise, to believe what you believe in, and then to come there with the right mindset and so on. Definitely, I think true. And what's more amazing, Rabia, is this. The more I hear about your auntie and your mom, the more I get in. It's like, wow, they went for social media training and so on. It's like they're amazing. So before end of the live chat, I would like to invite them before we end.
They are already there.
All our viewers can see the three Powerpuff Girls together at one time, right? And now, Rabia, I've noticed that Alfya Atelier is not just a social enterprise, but during my experience with you and whatever you've been doing, you have developed your own innovative solutions to help home-based tailors. So let's go into that.
Okay.
Let's talk about. Do you want to share what brought you into this business innovation? Because your business concept itself it's something not common. You don't see that. In fact, I have never seen anyone doing this. We heard about Grab, but sewing, getting tailors together. So maybe you want to talk about what brought you to this business innovation.
Okay. Because I think we are in this era where everything is online, and then especially now during COVID, is contactless as well. So even before, if you remember during the training that we met at, right, it was pre-COVID, right? It was before the whole COVID thing.
Yes.
But I've already had this idea way back then where I want people to have easy access for them to get their clothing alterations or tailoring done from the comforts of their own home. So this idea has already been with me for a very long time. So I'm trying to, take out the ideas in my head and try to piece the puzzle together to make it work. And I thought of why not, instead of somebody going out Googling where's the nearest tailor, go and find that, and even if they go there, they don't know if it's open or closed, whether the tailor is any good or not. So you have no idea really until you get there. And maybe when you get there and the waiting time is very long, let's say the tailor is overwhelmed, and mainly all of the tailors, so it's very difficult to find them online. You have to walk around the neighborhood, then you can stumble upon it. So with all these problems, I would say, and people, again, like I mentioned just now, people buying clothes online, they will surely have clothes that don't fit well. And it's not like, not all retailers that you can return the clothes after you try them on. So, and if you buy something online, you naturally want to find the tailoring service online as well, because that's your medium of choice, right? So to get everything all online was my purpose, like, to start this. So I was thinking, okay, I think what I can do is I have this service online on the website. So what people can do is they can order their tailoring or the alteration, their needs, their sewing needs online, and then I will be the one connecting them with the tailors, the home-based tailors that I train, because I will be I'll make sure that the sewing is all properly done by my tailors. Excuse me. Yeah. So how it goes is, I'm the customer, I will go online, then I will place my order. Then after the order comes through, Alfya Atelier will then arrange a courier service to pick up all of the clothing that needs to
Okay.
be altered, for example. So all these clothes will be then sent to the tailor. They will get the work order, what to do, what kind of alterations to be done. And when the order is completed, it will be sent back to the customer.
Mm.
So the customer don't have to go out from the house at all. They don't have to, if they we have instructions on the website on how to measure yourself, on how to measure, how much to be cut off and all that. So it's not
Wow.
like, yeah. So there's a process flow on how this works. So mainly that's it lah. You don't have to even go out from your house, and everything gets completed and sent back to you.
Yeah.
Simple.
It's
So
it's
the program, or rather the service, is called So Senang. And if you were to know the word senang, it means easy,
easy. Yeah.
efficient, a place of ease, like feel like you feel relaxed, so senang, yung senang hati, like that. So, and we are actually located at Senang Crescent, our current location. So it
So
has the word senang in it.
so is that an intention that you look for a place with Senang or?
No, it's by luck. It just
Okay.
fell into place. Like you have that moments of epiphany where everything just falls into place.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
alignment
so
of the stars, the moons, everything comes on, right? Right, cool.
yeah. I mean, it sounds funny, but yeah, it's true. It happens sort of that way. So during the training that I met you guys, I named it something else. But when we got here, I feel like, okay, what? So senang is quite catchy, right? And because we are in Singapore, everyone knows the word senang. Senang lah. You know what I mean? So it's not
Yes.
as if it's an uncommon Malay word. It's quite common. So
Mm.
it's SEW, so, and then SENANG, so senang. So you can actually go to www.sosenang.com to see the services
Okay.
there. Hmm.
And we have a question from Iskandar. Right now, because we are talking about innovation, we are talking about So Senang app. In fact, right, you're working towards
Yes.
an app itself. So his question is, how is Alfya Atelier using technology to reach out wider audience to scale your business? Where you just shared about the online platform that you guys have. So
Yes.
let's talk about the app. Is something that you're working towards, the So Senang.
Yes. Definitely, we are getting government grants to work on this app, because, as you know, app production is very expensive, and especially for sewing services is again niche and different. It's not like any cookie cutter website out there. So even if I'm using, for example, now I'm using Shopify to do the So Senang website, it's very limited. The amount of information that I need from the customer, it's limited.
Okay.
I need to know coding and all that kind of thing, which I'm not a coder. So what the app I plan the app to do is to streamline the technology and the processes from the start of the order until the end. So what I call that? It's easier, and it's less manual work. Like I don't have to schedule. It's SEW. So
SEW. Okay, cool.
yeah. SEW, yeah. So like so, right? SEW is pronounced as SO, yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, the app will help for me to streamline the processes easier,
Hmm.
for the order to be completed lah.
Okay.
That's what I aim to do. And in the long run, for example, of course I have big plans. I don't want to just create this app for nothing, or for just order taking purposes, but for in the future, if I have or if there's technology available for AI, for
Hmm.
example, you want to order, let's say you want to order a custom dress, and you want to see how you look like in the dress. You enter your measurements, so the AI model will show your
Okay.
body shape, and then you can choose the kind of dress that you want in the app lah. I mean, that's what I foresee lah. So you can choose the fabric and all that, so you can see a virtual a 3D model of how you may look in that dress that you are going to order.
Wow.
Yeah,
And
so that kind of thing, even taking a photo of yourself and getting measured by the AI, that is something that I really want to happen as well. There is technology out there, I know, I've seen it, but it's maybe not as accurate as I would like. So I mean, I'm just waiting, and it's also very expensive technology to be measured. Using your phone is possible, but it's very, very expensive, lah. So, yeah, if I can get the app to progress to that stage, that will be a good end game, lah, right there. But now we are starting from the start. We are building up the app slowly to just streamline the processes for now.
You know what's exciting, Rabia, is that you are talking about I'm a big fan of Steve Jobs, though I am not a big fan of the price that Apple phones are sold. But it's about thinking differently and dreaming, right? Dreaming about this is what I want, and it's always about the customer's experience. What you just talked
Right.
about, and you talked about thinking of how technology can help, and I think this sounds awesome. I mean, if I am going to do something, and if I have an AI and I'm able to see the kind of dress I can make, and virtually I'll be able to see that even before the dress is up or sewn, I think that's awesome. And I think that's something that I'm sure that a lot of us, including myself, will be looking forward for that.
Yeah, I'm also looking forward.
So right now, currently, what's the progress or the status of your app itself? So
So currently is we just recently got a government grant for the innovation and productivity from Enterprise Singapore. But we are working on with our developer to develop this app. So it's still under production. It's not ready yet, but the website is ready. So you can go to the website to see and order the services already. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So basically, it's on trial already. That means people can
It's on
already.
trial already. Yes.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
So
And if there's any clothing or apparel company watching here, please reach out to me, because I'm sure if let's say your customer orders your apparel from you, and if they need alterations done, we can definitely work something out as a collaboration, and it will, at the end of the day, it's a win-win, because your customer will be very satisfied. They don't have to go out find another tailor. That is all there for them already. So I did approach a few apparel brands, and I'm still in talks on how to make this integrated into their platform.
Yeah.
So this can be one of the things. So if anyone out there watching, please call me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Even though we have always said that it's always about business is no more looking at each other as competitors, but it's more on collaborative, right?
Of course, definitely.
And I think what's more appropriate is it that when you talk about this. So yes, again, apart from Rabia, I'm also saying if you are out there, you are somewhere you got links with apparels and any clothing lines and everything. Just contact Rabia and the team. So senang, and let's see. You never know, right? Things can just work out, and there will be a mutually understanding business partnership. I think that's the whole idea. Exciting. All right.
Yeah.
And I just want to say a word before we move on is so senang. First thing, I will never forget the name because it's easy to remember. Right? We talked about, things being easy itself, and on my personal opinion, I feel that it's cool because when I say so senang, it sounds like wow, it's something easy, and that's what people are looking out for today, right? Convenient, make it easy.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about these things. So wow, So for those of you out there, try it out. The website is out. It's. I think the trial has already went on, and right now I think there are people trying it. So do feel free. Any questions? Contact Rabia. And so Rabia, now that we have talked about technology, so let's talk about yourself. The lady of Alfya Atelier. All right. What do you want Rabia to be remembered for?
Actually, I find it very humbling that if somebody asks me that, like I'm not the kind of person who's chasing glory or a name, because I think we're all here for our own purposes, and it's different purpose for each individual. But if anybody can remember me for something, it's probably my passion for something. Because if I work on something, I'll make sure I go through it all the way. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, this is a very strange question. But I also want people to know that also one of the biggest reasons why I started this company is also to pass this on to my children if they are interested to continue running this business, if it's still okay by then lah, right? So I want them to, I want rather for my kids to remember me as their mother who works, for them and thinking about their future. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And I think that makes. I mean, to me, what I saw was, your grandmother started,
Mm.
um, and handed over to your mom, your auntie, and then the granddaughter came about and say, "Come, let's bring it to the next level." So
Yeah.
you just bring this to a business, but it's a social enterprise. You give people opportunities, and then now you are using technology to reach out, much more people, make it senang for people to get their sewing
I
done.
like that. Yeah.
And the best part is right now, so can I say that you want to be remembered as somebody who brought that passion to the next level, and hopefully the next generation will bring it
Yes.
to another level. I think that excites, right? That will keep your kids. So do you expect your kids to know sewing or learn sewing from you?
Actually, my because I have three daughters.
Okay.
They are 5, 3, and 1. So
Ah.
the first one, my daughter is special needs, so she's non-verbal autistic. So
Mm,
for her, I mean, it's different. It's a different ball game altogether. But for
mm.
my second one, whenever I'm at home sewing, she will be the one sitting on my lap, pressing buttons, helping
Ah.
me to measure like the fabric, and I will give her some fabric to play with lah. So she'll take the chalk and she'll draw. So she actually did express some interest in sewing. Like we made a mask for her her toy dinosaur.
Wow. Okay. All
So we
right.
made a mask for her toy dinosaur, and she was like, "Okay, George, come wear your mask." You know, because I made the mask for you, that kind of thing. So she really kind of displays that lah. So I think she might, I don't know,
Yeah,
she might.
yeah, yeah, true. But,
Yeah,
but
but
it's, it,
yeah, but
it's two in
I
one,
mean, in
right?
the kind of free spirit lah, like let them do whatever they want, that kind of thing lah. No
Yeah.
pressure or anything.
I think that's good, right? You first thing, you give her a bit of a taste of what sewing is about, and next thing you teach
Mm.
her social responsibility. Even George have to wear a mask, right?
Yeah,
So
George has to wear a mask.
okay, right,
Yeah.
and we have Rohini.
Yeah, she's also she's my dad's auntie, so my grand auntie. Yeah, thank you so much. Terima
Cool.
kasih.
Yeah, and you are like representing your whole family,
Yeah.
being
Actually, I
here.
didn't know that my family is watching, so thank you.
See, that's the power of social media. You never know who's watching you.
Yeah.
So, Rabia, any word of advice for business leaders and our viewers who are currently engaged? Any specific advice you have for them?
I would say when the going gets tough, don't give up, because if you know your end goal and you know what you want to achieve, no matter what brings you down, just go ahead, go on, don't give up. Yeah, you'll never walk alone.
Yes, oh, you never walk alone, right? Iskandar will never like this. He's
Yes,
the
yes,
enemy
I
man.
know. I remember you.
Yeah. All right, all right. Oh, you just made my day. Thank you so much. All right.
No, but in all seriousness, really, like, because for me, it's not a lonely battle because I have my family. But I'm sure for other business owners out there, it is a very lonely battle where you people don't see the many long nights you spend not sleeping and preparing all the work that needs to be done. It's very difficult for an individual, and if you don't have the support of the people around you, it's even more lonely. You don't have friends. You can't go out with your friends because you have to do this and that, so it's very, very difficult. But
Yeah.
don't give up, like, really. It's not going to be a waste. There's going to be an end game and you're going to get there, so just don't give up.
Cool. And two things. One is when you said you never walk alone, it's a nice moment. I'm not going to focus on that comment. But I do agree, Rabia. When we started the Bettery Hub channel, live chat, right? I do remember when we first started, I was like having a earpiece sitting on a swing chair, nothing, just my MacBook, and we started up. And I think it's the same thing. We realized that when circuit breaker came about, nobody expected, and we wanted entrepreneurs not to feel lonely. Hey,
Yeah.
we are a community. Let's come together. Let's share our
Mm.
challenges and how we go about. So I think that's why we started as well. And I do agree.
Mm.
It's like really, it's a very lonely thing, right? Entrepreneurship.
Yes.
That's why you only have that 1% out there. So thanks for the advice. And I think this is something that for all our viewers, take it on. If you are looking to go into the entrepreneurship journey, yes, true, it is lonely, but you can choose and decide to make it a bit more fun by collaborating and working with other entrepreneurs like ourselves, right? It's not easy, but simple, right?
Yeah.
Right? All right. Now we got a special request. We would like to invite Madam Latifah, Madam Khai, to come up to say hi before we end the.
Hi. Hold on, just give me a second.
Sure. So, while we are waiting for, Madam Latifah and Madam Khai, I have to also say that, I had a lot of fun with them when we were, having our training at, oh yeah, they are here, the special guest. Maybe they can come up and, say hello. Don't worry, it's now you are the center of attraction. Everybody wants to know who is the auntie and mom.
Okay, mommy.
Hello.
And this is my aunt Latifah, and this is my aunt Khai.
Hi, I'm Khai. I'm well known as Madam Khai.
Now, nothing against the other two ladies, but every time when we see Avengers or any other, you always have that special superhero, right? So Madam Khai is my favorite superhero. I always, she always makes me feel excited when I see her because of the positive energy. Not saying, Mom, you don't have that, but Madam Khai, yeah, she makes me feel.
She's a bit more serious, but once you get to know her.
Yes. I she's always the she always gives that motherly figure, makes me feel comfortable.
But it's okay, you know why? Because they look the same. People are always confused. So her personality can go to her. It's okay.
Yeah, and we have hello from Iskandar. That's the beauty of technology, right? We can still meet up and say hello. Okay.
Hello,
And,
Iskandar.
so for all of you out there, viewers, if you are looking, for easy options, okay, not easy, but simple options, for ways of getting your sewing done, or you're looking for opportunities to learn a new life skill, and from there, be able to make, call us, please give your word to them, do feel free, because I feel that the one of the most important thing is to get to know information and make informed decisions, and that's more important. So with that, thank you, ladies. As I said,
thank you so much for having us. Really appreciate it.
You can look forward for my noisy team to come over to your workshop soon. We will be doing a lot of doing.
You're welcome anytime.
Definitely, I'll do that. Bye to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Right.
Bye.
All right, this is one thing that I love about Bettery Hub live chats, right? I always get to meet people, and it's Rabia, mom and aunt. I mean, these are the entrepreneurs that I meet up. I get charged up, makes my day positive, awesome. And I believe it's the same for you guys out there. And again, we have a comment from Shovan. All right, hello to the ladies, and don't worry, Shovan, they are still watching us while, even though Rabia is not online, but they are watching us. We are being watched. So, yeah. So once again, thank you for all the comments, the engagements, and so on. And for those of you who are looking for opportunities to, join us for the chat, you want to be out there, you are an entrepreneur, and you want to inspire other entrepreneurs, feel free, just message us and call us, and we are more than open to have a chat with you. All right. So, and of course, to all our viewers, who have been there, keep coming to us and telling, hey, what happened to you guys? Please start your live chat soon. Thank you so much for your support and your encouragement. No live chat is complete without you. So thank you for spending the afternoon with me, with Rabia, and the rest of the team. Please leave your feedback and comments so we can do it better just for you. Now it's time to say goodbye. So remember, there was none before me and there will be none after me. Therefore, that makes me the one and only, yours truly, Shakti. See you next week for our Live by Design show in the same channel. With that, keep moving forward and see ya.